1 million people in 7 years of occupation. Russia is forcing the native population to leave the peninsula under the threat of persecution. At the same time, it artificially populates the occupied peninsula with the Russian nationals.
In Yevpatoria, where I used to live, there was a piece of coastal land not far from the city. They are now using it at full swing. They hand over land plots and assist at the construction of housing. That is how they attract population from Russia. Moreover, one can observe changes in the ethnic composition with the naked eye. A huge number of people from the Caucasus, Siberian region, the Urals, all of them come to Crimea.
More than 100,000 Ukrainian citizens left Crimea since the beginning of occupation. 30% among them are Crimean Tatars. Kremlin seeks to create the new Russian shape of the Crimea by actively resettling residents.
This is not just a process of russification when the Russian-speaking population gets imported from occupying country. This is a full genocide process. By the internationally adopted definition, genocide implies not only murders and tortures and persecutions, but also forcible change to ethnic composition.
Moreover, the occupied Crimea serves as a military base for Russia. Tens of thousands of professional Russian military and intelligence officers have resettled to the peninsula as well.
There are several planned campaigns. Firstly, the military capabilities of the peninsula are increasing. This is why, obviously, new bases are emerging. I guess they have a plan to replace at least 30 or 40% of the population of Crimea in 10 years, so that there were at least million people undermining loyalty to Ukraine.
In the meantime, Moscow continues persecutions. The number of illegally arrested Ukrainians in Crimea exceeded 150 people.
As a result of the action of the occupation authorities, a significant part of active people was driven out of Crimea. Russia is pursuing a policy of expelling active citizens, primarily pro-Ukrainian, those who are generally engaged in self-organization and can oppose the authoritarian regime. Activists of the Crimean Tatars self-government bodies and Crimean Tatars activists.
Russia drives the assimilation of Crimea, hoping to justify the occupation. The process will continue to ramp up. Ukrainian can break into this process through the help of international partners.
How long will this threat last? The longer Ukraine is on the line of a hybrid war, the stronger will be our relations with Ukraine, our solidarity with Ukraine. The stronger is the presence of the Ukrainian question in the minds of the European leaders, NATO leaders, which is extremely important. Poland is important in this context.
Russia will be held accountable for the occupation of Crimea, Deputy Foreign Minister of Ukraine Vasyl Bodnar says. International sanctions are the most effective mechanism for this.
Those sanctions introduced against the Russian Federation, they did not come from thin air. This is a punishment for crimes. And the Russian Federation has been committing crimes practically since its inception, because the conflicts that are now frozen, the conflict in Ukraine that is active, the hand goes to the same center.
Last week, the European Council extended personal restrictions against Russian entities and individuals accountable for the occupation of Crimea for another 6 months. Reported by Nick Starkov, Svetlana Sich, UATV News.